Stafford Primary School recently held a science fair where the students presented their projects. First grade teacher Amber Byers reflects upon the event.
So we're having a science fair tonight, and we're very excited to see the turnout and to see all the kids and what they came up with after working so hard and for so long on these very, very exciting projects. What we're doing is we're trying to get more involvement with our kids in science in their everyday lives. And so what we're doing is we're looking at all these different projects and we're going through the scientific theories behind it and going through the whole process, so their hypothesis, just getting them more involved and more excited about science. Before they could get started on their project, they had to come up and brainstorm different ideas about what they could do. So some of the things were, for example, about magnets, how strong they are. Some of the other ideas that they had was the biggest bubble was one. There were lots of different ideas and they had to get creative and figure out which one they chose to stand out. So after they came up with this process, they had to go through and figure out what question they were going to ask. So some of them had to ask questions as far as like, how big will this bubble get? Or how strong is this magnet? After that, they had to make a hypothesis and decide which of their answers they were going to choose. So if they decided for their magnets, if it was going to be a strong magnet, they said, oh, well, for example, the ring magnet is stronger, or the horseshoe magnet, it was stronger. I picked that one first. And then they had to come up with their whole process, go through the materials, the data, explain what their results were, and then had to come up with a life application for their conclusion.
Byers explained what she expects the students and their parents to gain from the event and the advantages of the STEM program.
As a teacher, I really hope that all the students get more excited about science and they actually come up with what they're going to do next year. And say, I can't wait for the next year's science fair so I can see what I can do this year to make a change next year. As a parent, I hope a parent gets to take away the fact that their child is excited about science and that they could do these things at home. There's little things you can teach them in their everyday lives. That's one thing that I hope the parents take away. And just as a kid, I hope they just get excited. I'm very excited about it, so I hope that they get excited about it too. We're huge in technology here, so we love the fact that the kids can go out and they can look up different things. Also with our STEM program, we're also hoping that these kids can also see what they can do at home and expand their knowledge on their science. And I really hope that the parents can see that our efforts here are really, really showing in their kids and that they're really working hard. And so the STEM program plays a huge part in this.
First grade student Coy tells what he learned during his project, and Ms. Byers gives the importance of children learning science now.
If any iron metal object be placed under a magnet, the force from the magnet will attract or repel.
We want them to know all those scientific terms because we use the scientific process in almost everything we do in our daily lives, whether we have to figure something out. The kids need to get used to doing this because when they get older and they have to start doing them, like you said, in high school or junior high, that way they're more prepared. Kids are growing up fast nowadays, so it's awesome to get them ready for the next level.
For more information on Stafford Primary School events, visit the district's website at www.staffordmsd.org. For Spartan Spotlight, I'm Byron Benjamin.